Hi friends, it's Deanna Wilson with Our Blooming Catholic Life. Well, actually, these are my new hermit crabs. I know. We were at the beach and nostalgia set in, and when I looked it up, it said I had the perfect #1 rated tank for hermit crabs. I was so excited. We went out and got them. So there's this guy here and then this little one. They actually are almost the same size, but as soon as we got them with their spare shells, this guy over here changed shells like 4 times. So he's in a shell that's much bigger than he needs, whereas the other guy is probably in the appropriate size shell. Now you can see when I got home, I did research, and we've ended up with quite the hood tank here. I've constantly been updating it. So this little shell over here has worm castings in it. This one has a protein mix. Let's come over here. You can see a little bit further back is the fruit and veggies tray, and they have both a saltwater pool as well as a freshwater pool. There is the under the tank heater in the back. It's not cutting it. It's not big enough. It's appropriately rated for this tank, but it's not big enough. You can see I have all kinds of thermometers and probes in there. Here's where it gets a little hood, the insulation, the blanket, the plexiglass. So what I have is actually like a reptile tank. So it has vents here. And because this is a door, there's a gap on either side. And so it's really not keeping in the heat, but it was great, the humidity. This is not the proper depth of substrate, except that it is, because this is a PPDS avoidance tank. So I don't want them to burrow down and molt yet. So they have just a little bit. They're supposed to be pumping up their nutrition, and you can see I even got a gauge to help regulate their heat, which wasn't working. And so today we went out, we got a new tank, we got a glass topper, which you can see I promptly broke. This plastic strip didn't come on, and we had to get it on, and then we had to cut it to size. That all went so marvelously well. I couldn't find anything that helped. There were tons of videos of people putting it on, and you could see they were all straining, but nobody had any advice. And then we had it on when I realized I had to cut it to make room to get some of the wires in. And so we're like, oh, we'll just cut off this end, but we couldn't get it off again before we cut it. And oh well, this is packing tape. It's gonna have to do. It cost about $20. It is made for this tank. This is just a little stick-on lid. It's not laying level, so when I do this, I can get it exactly so it's done. I thought this piece back here, this little lip, was gonna sit in there. It's not. I would probably have to trim a bunch more of this off or get it moved over more with it already broken, not messing with it. We'll just lay it level and keep it centered. We'll deal with that. What else did we get? Oh, here's the box for the top. So this is a 20-gallon high. You can do 2 small hermit crabs in a 10-gallon, but the tank we had was 12 by 12 and 18 inches high. So we went with this one. It's double the length, but the same width, and then almost as high. So it's going to give us a lot more area for them to have to molt in later. So they're going to have a lot more surface area of sand, but still plenty of room to climb. That's why I went with the high. So they'd still have plenty of room to high. And you can see when you look at your glass hinged glass top, it does say the 20-inch high. It's supposed to fit. That clear vinyl backstrip can be custom cut to fit your aquarium. I don't know who's doing it. It's crazy. Whatever. We got a new power strip because plugging in the thermostat and the light really wasn't cutting it. I need to possibly plug in 2 under the tank heaters that need to go on the back, and so I'm going to need I'm going to need a power strip or some other heat source for them. So I wanted to have at least one more outlet. You do get with the tank, you get a bunch of coupons and some free samples. Sorry, this is a refund opportunity, but I don't need any aquarium products because I'm not getting fish. We did get this free bag from Petco when we made a donation. It is super cute. So all their bags were cute. They're like, which one do you want? And so I did get a bigger heater. It is supposed to fit a 20-gallon, but you can see it's not going to fit the whole way across. So I'm probably going to tape the other one on that I got. I have been successful before. They say that the Zoom Ed ones that you can't reuse them. Sorry, I'll turn it up right so you can look at it. They say that you can't reuse them, but I've been able to peel them off before, so I'm not sure Sure, I'm going to double check looking on it that you're allowed to do it. Again, this is going to go on the back of it, above the substrate. So it's going to be, up here. And it does still give me more than 6 inches because I want 6 inches of substrate. So, yay, that's probably going to be about perfect. I may be able to put a small one there on the side. What else did we get? Because I've been watching so many videos and watching my guys, I did get a piece of wood for them to climb on. What is this called? Chala wood. Yeah, chala wood. Ooh. See, it wants to go in. This I'm kind of excited about because I was watching. It's a small exercise saucer, so it's like the old-fashioned wheels, except it spins this way. And I've seen the hermit crabs on them. Super cute. They said hermit crabs in the wild can walk up to 20 miles a night, so I wanted to get them something for exercise. You can see, again, I'll go back over to my little in the hood tank there. It's really cramped. They had nowhere to walk, so now they're going to be able to walk. This will probably be put in at some kind of an angle, so now they'll be able to climb. They're not supposed to have hideys yet, and so I didn't get any hideys, but I was really much in love with this lizard lounger. It goes on with suction cups. I've heard they don't stay on the best, but you can also just make sure it doesn't touch the substrate because it'll wick the moisture and it'll get moldy, but you can see the little lizard there. So I can probably have maybe the chala wood leaning against it so they climb up the chala wood and they can get to that little lounger. My thought is maybe to make a shell shop up on the lounger. That's also going to give them more room on the bottom to dig in and have fun. We did also get a coconut treat. I'm not buying my pet food from there, but this is 100% pure dried coconut, so I figured I couldn't go wrong with that, but we'll double check that before we put it in with the guys. Is that it? That is it. So I think I tried to stay pretty basic, but give them a couple new options. I really hate moving them since they're still in the PPDS, post-purchase death syndrome avoidance tank. And so they're in that process, but I just can't keep it warm enough. I'm supposed to be at 74. And with the thermostat, that means it's going between 71 to 74. When it gets up to 74, it clicks off, goes down to 71, clicks back on. And I've just been having some trouble with that. So I've been using a space heater, and people in the house have been very unhappy with that. So we're going to try and redo their tank, and hopefully these little guys survive here. So you're going for a month of survival. You can see there's so much food and shells. One of those is just in there for fun. But hopefully we can keep them going strong. And if so, we're going to name them at the 1 month mark. And we're 2 weeks in, almost 2 weeks in. So I'm kind of excited. Yeah. Oh my gosh. One more day and they'll be 2 weeks in. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the other tank. I'm going to just put this tank on the floor and then put the other tank in this spot. It'll fit perfectly. And it'll take up the whole table instead of half of it like this is. So I'm going to put them in. Not going to move them out of here because I don't want to stress them too much. I'm going to put these guys on the ground in this tank, set up their other tank completely, move all their stuff over, and then I will set them free at the last second. When it's already nice and toasty, warm, and humid in there, that's when I'm going to move them. I'm totally going to keep this tank. I may need it for something, like maybe when I'm cleaning or something, I can pop them back into this tank. Not exactly sure. This is the tank that I used to have hissing cockroaches in. And again, I would not have gotten these hermit crabs if I did not think it was the perfect tank. And the article I read said it was the #1 choice. Totally wrong. There's just too many openings. And so I'm having real trouble keeping heat and humidity in. Now maybe if I lived somewhere else, it'd be fine. Maybe if I lived down south. I don't live down south. So it's not working out. And yeah, so hopefully these little guys will make it. Would I buy hermit crabs again? That's a tough one. It's like all of our rabbits have been rescued. Our dog is a rescue. Even the cockroaches, technically I bought them, but that was to teach a boys' science class. They need to look at insects. And so I technically rescued them because they were feeder hissing cockroaches. And yeah, most of our pets have been rescue or ones we got from the wild ourselves. And there were some minnows and some frogs from, you raise the frog from a tadpole. Would I buy hermit crabs again? I don't know, but I heard that sometimes you can rescue them from people. So maybe that would be an idea. Maybe we would keep that. We also have our old critter keepers here, the little plastic tanks on the side. that hopefully if we're rescuing hermit crabs again, it would be in the summer where the heat and humidity would be easier to keep. Well, that's it. God bless you, friends. Get out there and help take care of the earth, which includes all God's creatures. Yeah, I don't like the process for how they harvest the hermit crabs for the pet trade. There are some captive breeding programs. I'm super psyched about that. You know, I'm all into citizen science, and there have been people having a lot of success, but it's a lot of work. So hopefully they're going to perfect the process and we'll come up with something that's a lot easier, and then people won't be taking hermit crabs from the wild anymore. Because they really are super neat, fun little friends. Whew. That's it. God bless you, friends. Bye.